Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to talk about random variable and the different types of it. Also, we are going to talk about the importance of these variables in real life situations such as in a business. Let's start with the definition. A random variable is a numeric description of the outcome of an experiment. This means that a certain outcome or a probability of an event happening is denoted by numbers. Numbers could be of any type, could be a whole number or a number with a decimal, for as long as it is not less than 0 or a negative value, because a probability will never be negative and the lowest value of a probability is equivalent to 0. So we only have positive values to consider when we are doing random variables. For the types, we have the discrete random variable and the continuous. Discrete random variables are assumed to be a finite values or an infinite sequence of values. It is individually separated and distinct with each other. Examples of which are the number of students enrolled in a class. So the minimum number of students in a class could be 0. Or if we have a maximum value of the number of students in a class, for example, let us say we have 40, then our random variable x, which is considered to be discrete, is from 0 to 40. In this case, where we have an upper limit of 40, this is considered to be a finite discrete random variable. For the second example, it's the number of customers who ordered a certain flavor of coffee in a shop. Same with the first one, we have 0 as our lowest possible value of our variable. And with x as our variable, it could go as high as 10, 20, 100, or 1000 depending on the situation. So that means x, or the random variable, could go as high as positive infinity. And in this case, it is considered to be an infinite discrete random variable. Take note that the possible values of our x are whole numbers because we really cannot quantify these variables as decimal values. For example, the number of students could only be 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on, and also with the number of customers. For the second type, a continuous random variable may assume any numerical value in an interval or collection of intervals. Unlike the discrete random variable, continuous can be expressed in decimal form. For example, we have the amount of data consumed in a day. Let's say your telco provider is giving you a maximum of 2 gigabytes of data every day. That means this is the maximum amount you can consume. So starting from 0, you can consume 0.5 gigabytes. You can consume 0.7, 1.1 gigabytes until you reach the maximum value of 2 gigabytes. So in this case, this particular variable is considered to be a continuous random variable, which is finite because it has an upper limit. The next example is the amount of time spent to manufacture a product. Let's say, for example, you have a car manufacturing plant. So the variable here is the time spent in a single product. This is actually a continuous random variable because we really cannot quantify the time as discrete. Let's say, for example, you can get as low as 1 hour, 1.1 hours, up to positive infinity, depending on the performance of the manufacturing plant. In this case, if we have a positive infinity as the upper limit of our variable, then this is considered to be an infinite continuous random variable. And that is the difference between the two random variables. Now, how is these variables important in real life applications such as in business? Let's say, for example, you have built a business, let's say a milk tea business. You have to log in all of the variables related to the making of the product and also of the product being sold to the customers. For example, for that particular milk tea business, we can categorize as the number of cups being sold as discrete, because cups can only be quantified as 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So that's considered to be a discrete random variable. On the other hand, the number of or the amount of milk being used in a single day of operation of the business could be considered as continuous, because we measured the amount of milk depending on the units. We could measure it in milliliters or in ounces or in liters. In that way, it could be 1 liter per day or 1.1 liter per day or any other number here, which could very possibly be in a decimal form. So that particular variable is considered to be continuous. And all of these variables are important in the operation of the business.